Good morning, everyone. It's Lynn Dunn from Stamptastic Designs. Thanks so much for joining me today. So today we are going to play around with another scrapbooking kit. And actually, I created some scrapbook pages, of course, with the kit. And then I took some of the leftover supplies and I created some cards. So I'm going to show you that you can use this kit for a variety of different things. So that's what we're going to focus on today. And the kit is called Reindeer Memories. And so I'll show you the scrapbook pages in just a few minutes. But these are the cards that I'm going to actually walk you through during the video today. So good morning, everyone. Good morning. So let's make this screen a little bit bigger here. So these are the 6 different cards that I put together. And in this particular kit, I'll grab the little workshop package here. In this particular kit, it comes with all the supplies that you need to create 6 different scrapbook pages. So they're 2-page layouts and there's 3 different layouts. So you can use the supplies obviously to create the scrapbook pages, but then there's a lot of extra supplies in this particular kit. So there's a lot of extra cardstock and extra designer paper that you can use for card making, or you can use it to create additional scrapbook pages. So it's really up to you. So I decided to use some of the leftover pieces to create these 6 different cards. Now, there are not enough stickers in the kit to create both cards and scrapbook pages. So you would have to either use a stamp set or purchase the designer paper and sticker kits separately. So I did link to both of those in the description below this video because you are able to purchase the designer paper, and this big sticker sheet comes with the designer paper. I think you get 2 of them, if I'm not mistaken. But you are able to get that separately. So if you didn't want a scrapbook and you just wanted to make cards, I would recommend the designer paper and sticker kit because then you can use all these little stickers as embellishments or focal points. But if you did want to do scrapbooking, I'd recommend the workshop kit. So, all right. So with all that said, let's move some of these out of the way. I'm going to show you the scrapbook pages first. So I have been creating scrapbook pages for this holiday season. I think I mentioned to you guys before that I'm putting together some albums for my grandkids. So hopefully my children aren't watching this, but so I'm putting together these little scrapbook pages and then I'm going to give them the album for Christmas. So this is one of the layouts. I'm not sure if I'll be able to get the whole thing on the screen, but I'll kind of scoot it back and forth so you can see it. So that's like the whole layout for this particular uh, page here. And actually one of the cards I created, which I'll walk you through today, was inspired by this particular scrapbook page. So this is the card that I'm going to show you how to make. And I just thought it was kind of fun to do this little paper weaving here with this particular page of the scrapbook layout. So that was one. And then here is another layout. Well, here's a page. So this is page 1. I like the fact that this scrapbook kit comes with little placeholders for your pictures, so I don't have to have the pictures all ready to go. I can give this as a gift and my family can just add the pictures whenever they want. So that's kind of nice. So I put this page together and then this is the coordinating page. Like I said, it's probably going to be hard for you to see them all on the screen at once anyways. But so really pretty pages. And I think if you look at this scrapbook workshop kit, that's what it's called, the scrapbook workshop kit. If you look at it online, the online pictures just really don't do it justice. When you actually play with this kit and put these together, these are really beautiful layouts. All right, and then this last page, let me grab it here. Well, let's do one at a time. Here's one. So you can see it just has some just really pretty colors, really pretty stickers that you can use to decorate this two-page layout. So I had a lot of fun putting these together, and I'm sure um, my kids will have fun adding their kids' pictures to these pages. So those are the scrapbook pages. And what I'm going to do now is just kind of walk you through some of the cards that I made. So the scrapbook kit comes with the instructions. I should probably show you that. So it comes with these really nice instructions. So that's why I'm not really going to walk you through how to put the scrapbook pages together, because everything is laid out for you in the instructions here. So it tells you exactly what size to cut your paper, how to cut your paper, both the designer paper and the cardstock. So it's really nicely done. And then of course there's some pictures in here to show you how to adhere everything. So it's a uh, really easy kit to put together. Um, so I'm not going to really walk you through that. What I do want to walk you through though are these cards, so that if you decide you want to use some of the leftover papers to create cards, then you can do that. So for this particular card, like I said, I was inspired to put this one together just based on one of the layouts in the kit. So I thought it was a great way to use up scraps. And so you can I added this little holly here, but you can actually add, a little bow and make this look like a present, or however you want to use up your scraps. So I basically have some 1/2 inch wide pieces of designer paper, and I also have some 1/2 inch wide pieces of cardstock. So these are just pieces left over from the kit. And these two pieces run the full length of this card front. So it's 5.5. So it's a 1/2 inch by 5.5. So those are going to go there. And then I have two pieces that are going to run down the side of the card. And these are again a 1/2 inch wide, but they're 4.25 inches long. And so basically what you want to do is you want to create this weaved look. So each of these pieces are going to go over and under each other. So that's kind of going to create that look. So I like to lay out my pieces first just to kind of see how they're going to go. So this one's going to go under the dark green and over the top of the trees. So that's basically how it's going to look. So what I did is I just started by adhering this red piece first. So I'm just going to scoot this out of the way here for a moment. And I just adhered a little bit up here at the top. So we're going to add this over on the side. And I cut my pieces just a little bit longer just to make sure that I had enough here to do this little technique. So all right, so we'll give that a second to set up. We're going to move that out of the way. And then this piece is going to go over the top like that. So we can adhere some of this. Let's add a little bit more. So this one's going to go over the top. So if you just adhere a little bit of each of these pieces, just enough to kind of hold it in place, then you can do the weaving after that. So that's going to be like that. And then this one is going to go underneath. So I'm going to add just a little bit of glue here. It's going to go underneath this piece. And then this one is going to go over the top and then under. So let's put this on. So it's just, you're just basically weaving these pieces in and out. All right. So once you get them in place, once you get your little pieces in place and get them a little bit straight here, then you can go ahead and adhere the rest of it. So I just added some glue to the back side of each piece. Just kind of lifted it up and put it on. I'll do that with this one. And then we'll add it to these pieces. So that's really all there is to it. You're just, the hardest part is just lining everything up to begin with. But if you just put a little bit of glue just to kind of hold down the end pieces so that you can do your weaving, then the rest of it is pretty simple to do. All right. So that's basically what it's going to look like. And then I'm just going to trim off. I have a little excess paper, so I'm just going to trim this off. And we'll do a little bit here. All right, so there is our little weaving, little paper weaving. All right, and so now it's just a matter of decorating it. So you can decorate it however you want with any kind of supplies that you have. So I decided to use the sticker sheet. So I actually had the designer paper and sticker sheet pack. So I have an extra pack of these stickers. So basically what I like to do is I like to remove the stickiness from these stickers. So I just use a embossing buddy and just kind of tap it on here. It's like get a little bit of chalky mess, I guess. So we're basically removing the sticker, or removing the stickiness so that I can use this as an embellishment. If you leave the stickiness on there and then try to adhere this to your card, it'll stick in odd places. It won't just pop up nicely. So that's why I remove the stickiness. I remove the stickiness to add little dots, to add sticky stuff. But the reason you do it is because you don't want the ends here to stick down to the card. You want this piece to stick straight up off of the card. So that is going to be our focal point. So I'm going to actually stamp our greeting. So I have a couple different layers for the greeting. I have a 3.5 by 1.25 inch piece of white cardstock, and that's what we'll stamp the greeting on. And then I have a 2 3/4 by 1.5 inch piece of just the real red cardstock. So that's just going to go behind this. I just wanted to give this a little bit of depth and dimension. So I'm going to use some garden green, and I'm just using some of the greetings from the Reindeer Fun stamp set. So this is where I'm getting the little greetings. And like I said, you can use this leftover scrap stuff from the workshop kit, and you can just add different images from your stamp sets. You don't have to use stickers like I am. All right, let's get this inked up and added. So this is just a very simple card, fun way to use your scrap papers. So let's add some glue here. And I'm just adding a little bit of red, kind of like a pop of red behind this greeting. So sometimes I like to just add a little bit of color instead of going all the way around and framing out the greeting. just kind of a different way to frame out the greeting. And I just think it's, I don't know, just looks nice giving it that little pop of color. I'm going to add one on each side there and in the middle. Oop. So we'll add this. And this will just go right in the center here. And then we can add our little focal point. And this we will put off to the side. So that's it. That's all there is to it to create that little cute little card. And like I said, you can use a bow or whatever kind of embellishment you want to put on there instead of the holly. So very simple and a great way to use up your scraps. So this next card, I was trying to figure out a way to use this really beautiful image. It's a sticker again from the sticker sheet. So we're going to remove the stickiness right away. But I just like the light blue, that pool party color in the background. And I thought it was just kind of a elegant way to use this particular image. So let's just get some dimensionals on here right away. Since we removed the stickiness. All right, we'll put this out of the way. So for this layout, basically I'm basically using white cardstock for all the cards that I'm sharing with you. So for this layout, we have 1.5 by 3 3/4 inch piece of embossed cardstock. So this is the Snowflake Sky 3D embossing folder. And then this is just some of the paper from this workshop kit. These are the exact same size, so it's 1.5 by 3 3/4. And so I basically just want to create like a panel style card. And then on the bottom here, I want to use I think this is a little bigger. Is this a half? A little bigger than a 1.5. But this is 5 inches long. So I basically want to create a little panel card, and then I want to create a place to put my greeting. So the first thing we can do is I like to lay my little piece here. This is the piece we're going to put our greeting on, but I want my panels to be on the edge. So do you see what I'm saying? I want my panels to be evenly spaced so that they're 5 inches. So I just kind of use this as a little guide to make sure that I'm doing that. All right, so we'll adhere these first. We'll put that on there. And then let's put this other one over here. So I'm just trying to evenly space it so it goes along with this piece on the bottom. And then we'll just add this middle piece in between there. Okay, and then for this, basically I just want to stamp a little greeting on the bottom here, but I do want to do some paper tearing first. So if you've done paper tearing before, you just tear slowly and you just kind of inch your fingers all the way down as you're tearing. So I kind of tear different directions. I go in a little bit and then I tear back out and then in, just to kind of make a little wavy, kind of snowy hill or snowy, what would you call that? Snowy thing, I guess. And that's just going to go on the bottom there. So now what I want to do is I want to stamp this, but I'm going to practice a little bit because my ink pad seems a little bit juicy. So let's see if we can get a good image. That looks pretty good. So let's see how well we do when we stamp on here. Maybe I'll stamp one more time, just for good measure. There we go. All right. Yes, I like to use paper tearing. It is one of my favorite techniques. All right, so that's just going to go on the bottom like that. So let's add some dimensionals. And I just add the dimensionals kind of towards the bottom of this piece, not towards the torn part, just because we want to be able to tuck that little reindeer in there. So we'll add this. And now because I've used this as a guide, the pieces, the panels are pretty much lined up. All right, so that is how the card looks. And then we're just going to add our little reindeer. So we already removed the stickiness from the reindeer. And then we'll just kind of tuck this in there. All right. And then you can add, on this one I added some little iridescent foiled gems. You can add whatever kind of embellishments you want, but it just creates a really beautiful card, just very soft and pretty. All right, so that is card number 2. And then this other card that I want to walk you through is just a lot of fun with layering. So I had a lot of kind of larger scrap pieces. So that's what I used to create the layout for this. So sometimes when I'm designing cards, I have like a bunch of these scraps like this, and I just start playing around with different layouts on, on my card front. So whatever fits kind of goes together. Whatever fits, I put it together. So that's what I did. So this dark green piece is 4.5 by 3.25. So that's the background. So it's 4.5 by 3.25. And then the designer paper with the trees is 4.75 by 2.5. So these are the two pieces that go together. So if you don't have this particular paper that I'm using, you guys can use these layouts with whatever cardstock and pattern paper you have on hand. So I tend to use my layouts. I do have some favorites like that panel card, so sometimes I'll use them over and over again with different supplies. All right, so that's going to go in the background. And then this piece is going to get layered over the top. And so this will just go right in there. And then I just cut out a circle shape using the Stylish Shapes dies. So this is just a 3-inch in diameter circle shape. And so this is just going to go kind of right in the center here. So we can add that. And then the rest is just stickers that I used from the sticker sheet and a little greeting. So let's add these. All right, so we'll move that up for a second. So the greeting is just a 1/2 inch wide by 3-inch piece of white cardstock. And then my little red cardstock is 2 3/4 by 3/4 inches. That's going to go behind it. So we will use that. Merry Christmas again. I'm just going to practice. I'm going to practice off camera. So So this time we're going to use some garden green. And then let's put this together. So I am going to add some glue across here. So see how it just gives it a really nice pop of color behind there? All right, and it's crooked. Scoot it up a little bit. There we go. So we'll pop this up, and I'm going to actually add this first because then we'll just tuck the deer in there, the reindeer. All right, so let's bring this back. We'll add this on the bottom. So that will go there. And then we'll grab our little stickers. So on this sticker sheet, there's a little holly, and then there's this large reindeer. So we'll remove the stickiness from these. And then these will become our decorations. And let's do this one. So for the reindeer, we're actually going to cut off some of his legs because he's not going to fit otherwise. There we go. So let's see. Oh. I got cleaned my hands off. I got all this chalk on there. All right, so obviously you can see it's not gonna fit unless I cut off some of his legs. So we're gonna have to do that. Sorry, guys. And then that way we can just tuck him right in there. So let's add some dimensionals here. So don't be afraid to shorten up your stickers like I did. You know, if it's not going to fit, you know, like behind the greeting, it's okay to cut off that part because nobody's going to see it anyways. Well, except for all of you that are watching, but other than that, nobody's going to see this. Nobody's going to know that I cut it. So we'll put that right in there. And then we'll add our little holly. And that's just going to go up like that. I think this one's my favorite card out of all of them. So, all right. So that is, let me bring the other two cards back. Those are the cards that I wanted to walk you through. So these are the 3 cards I walked you through. So they are pretty simple card ideas and just a great way to use up stickers, or like I said, just change out the pattern paper and supplies, and you can use these layouts to create whatever kind of cards you want. Cards for any occasion, actually. Let's see if I can scoot all these on here. These are the other ones. Can I get them on? So I created 6 of them. I was just kind of playing around with the larger stickers that are on this sticker sheet. And so I just created some very basic, simple layouts that I could use with those stickers so that I could use up the stickers. All right, so those are the cards that I wanted to share with you guys today. And I just wanted to show that scrapbooking kit. I really do like these scrapbooking kits from Stampin' Up. If you are not a scrapbooker, they are very easy to put together, and they just they look amazing. They look amazing in person, so I highly recommend it. If you haven't tried scrapbooking, this is a great way to try it. If you enjoy scrapbooking, you're really going to enjoy these kits. So, and then of course, if you're a card maker, you also have some ideas for creating some cards with the leftover supplies in the kit. All right, and I have linked to everything in the description below this video, so you can go check it out and see what you think. Otherwise, that is what I have for you guys today. I'll get these up on the blog for you later today so that you'll have all the measurements so that you can use these layouts to create cards for any occasion. So I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day and a great week, and I will see you guys again next week. So take care, everybody.